somehow at the licensing hearing, the state medical board has agreed in part with Rakita. In a split decision, they ruled Dr. Bernard violated the 10-year-old's privacy when she spoke to the media. They say because she didn't get consent from the child's mother to talk about her case first. The board rejected Rakita's accusations that Dr. Bernard violated state law by not reporting the child abuse to Indiana authorities, finding that she followed hospital protocol. They fined her $3 grand, voted to issue a letter of reprimand, but stopped short of revoking her license. Look, I remain perplexed here, particularly because everyone from the American Medical Association to one of the authors of HIPAA to her own employer say Dr. Bernard did nothing wrong. The AMA, whose head of ethics testified on Bernard's behalf, issued a statement saying, quote, lawmakers, state officials, and other third parties are seeking to exert their influence into the patient-physician relationship, impede access to evidence-based reproductive health services, and criminalize care based on political ideology instead of science. Donna Shalala, the former Secretary of Health and Human Services under President Clinton, who helped write the HIPAA privacy law, told the Indy Star that Bernard, quote, was very careful in what she did reveal and that there was just no way that she identified this patient with the information that she released. They're criminalizing the practice of medicine, and they're literally asking doctors in this country to do harm. Look, I've said this before. This is not about the abortion debate. Regardless of what your stance is on abortion or the politics surrounding it, it was outrageous that Rakita, the highest law enforcement officer in the state of Indiana, used his position to gain publicity and some accolades from the far right by attacking Dr. Bernard with no evidence that she'd done anything wrong or violated any laws. The board is made up of 6 doctors and 1 attorney, all who were appointed or reappointed by the Republican governor, but in theory, only 4 can be a member of the same political party. It just doesn't add up to me. She never named the patient, didn't say where in Ohio the child was coming from. Bottom line is there was no way anyone would be able to identify the patient based on what Dr. Bernard disclosed. But let's figure this out from a medical ethics point of view. Joining me now is Matthew Wynia, bioethics expert and director of the Center for Bioethics and Humanities at the University of Colorado. Thank you very much for coming on the program. Appreciate it. So does this board's decision make sense to you from a medical ethics point of view?
I don't think you can really make sense of this from a medical ethics point of view. It may make sense from a political point of view for the attorney general and for these, the appointed board members who may be trying to sort of split the difference in some way to keep the governor and the attorney general happy about this. But really, no one in medicine, no one in the medical ethics arena or in the sort of professional self-regulatory arena thinks that this was the way to adjudicate this kind of a conflict. It's really tragic.
Let me ask you, the strongest argument they seem to have is that she talked to the reporter, right? She discloses that I've got a patient who's crossing state lines with her mom, 10 years old, rape victim, 6 months and 3 days pregnant. You allowed to disclose that kind of information?
Yeah, those are the same sort of details that she actually had to report to the state into that mandatory reporting database, and which reporters had no trouble accessing. So the idea that she gave out information that identified the patient is patently false. And by the way, I'll say that the patient has never actually been identified. So I think that's an illustration that, number one, she didn't give information necessary to identify the patient. And number two, had journalists really dug into this and found the patient, this is an illustration that, medical ethics worked in this case and journalistic ethics worked in this case. What unfortunately has not worked very well in this case is political ethics.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.